Are you tired of waking up every morning with that familiar ache in your legs? Do you find yourself avoiding walks with your grandchildren because your legs feel weak and heavy? If you're over 55 and dealing with persistent leg pain, weakness, or that uncomfortable feeling of heaviness that seems to get worse as the day goes on, you're definitely not alone in this struggle. Recent medical studies reveal that approximately 65% of adults over 55 experience some form of chronic leg discomfort, and many suffer in silence, believing it's just an inevitable part of getting older. But what if I told you that this doesn't have to be your reality? What if the leg pain and weakness you've been accepting as normal could actually be significantly reduced or even eliminated with the right approach? The truth is, many people in their golden years are dealing with leg pain that goes far beyond simple muscle fatigue or the occasional cramp. We're talking about that deep, persistent ache that makes climbing stairs feel like a monumental task, or that weakness that has you gripping handrails tighter than you ever thought you'd need to. Maybe you've noticed that your legs feel heavier at the end of the day, or perhaps you've experienced that frustrating sensation where your legs just don't seem to have the strength they once did. These aren't just signs of aging that you have to accept. They're often symptoms of underlying issues that can be addressed naturally and effectively. I want to share something personal with you. Just 3 years ago, I was working with a retired teacher named Margaret who came to me completely frustrated with her leg pain. At 62, she'd been dealing with chronic weakness and aching in both legs for over 2 years. She told me how she used to love gardening and taking long walks in her neighborhood, but the pain had become so persistent that she barely left her house anymore. Margaret described her legs as feeling like they were filled with concrete, especially in the afternoons and evenings. She had tried various over-the-counter pain medications, compression socks, and even expensive massage therapy sessions, but nothing seemed to provide lasting relief. What struck me most was when she said, "I feel like my body is betraying me and I'm losing my independence." That statement really hit home because I realized how many people over 55 are dealing with this exact same frustration and fear. The reality is that leg pain and weakness in our later years often stems from a complex interplay of factors that most people don't fully understand. While many assume it's simply wear and tear on joints and muscles, the truth is much more nuanced and, more importantly, much more treatable than most people realize. The persistent aching, the feeling of heaviness, the weakness that makes simple activities feel overwhelming. These symptoms are often connected to how our bodies process and utilize nutrients at the cellular level. When we understand what's really happening inside our bodies, we can take targeted action to address the root causes rather than just masking the symptoms. What many people don't realize is that leg pain and weakness in adults over 55 is frequently related to what's happening with tiny cellular mechanisms that control energy production and fluid balance throughout the body. Think of your body as a sophisticated machine that has been running for decades. Over time, certain parts of this machine, particularly the microscopic pumps within your cells, can start to function less efficiently. These cellular pumps are responsible for maintaining proper fluid balance, generating energy, and ensuring that nutrients get where they need to go. When they begin to malfunction, it creates a cascade of problems that manifest as the leg pain, weakness, and heaviness that so many people experience. The most critical of these cellular mechanisms is something called the sodium-potassium pump, which exists in every single cell in your body. This pump works around the clock, using approximately 25 to 35% of your cellular energy to maintain proper fluid balance and ensure that your cells can function optimally. In younger people, these pumps typically work efficiently, but as we age, and especially when certain nutritional deficiencies develop, these pumps can begin to struggle. When the sodium-potassium pump isn't working properly, Fluid starts to accumulate in places where it shouldn't, leading to that heavy, achy feeling in your legs. It's like having a drainage system in your house that's partially clogged. Water starts to back up and create problems in areas that should be dry, but here's where it gets really interesting and hopeful. The malfunction of these cellular pumps isn't just a random consequence of aging that you have to accept. In many cases, it's directly related to how our modern diet and lifestyle affects our blood sugar levels and mineral balance. When blood sugar levels remain elevated for extended periods, which can happen even in people who don't have diabetes, it triggers a process called advanced glycation end products formation, or AGEs. This is essentially what happens when sugar molecules bind to proteins in your bloodstream, similar to how sugar caramelizes when you heat it in a pan. When this occurs in your body, it damages blood vessels and impairs circulation, particularly to your extremities like your legs and feet. This process of glycation is particularly problematic for people over 55 because our bodies naturally become less efficient at processing sugar as we age. Additionally, many of the medications commonly prescribed to older adults can interfere with nutrient absorption, creating deficiencies in key minerals that are essential for proper cellular function. The result is a perfect storm of cellular dysfunction that manifests as chronic leg pain, weakness, and that frustrating feeling that your legs just aren't working the way they should. The good news is that once you understand what's really happening, at the cellular level, you can take specific steps to support these vital mechanisms and start experiencing relief. This isn't about taking more pain medications or accepting that leg pain is just part of getting older. It's about giving your body the specific nutrients and support it needs to restore proper cellular function and get those cellular pumps working efficiently again. When Margaret learned about this connection and started implementing the strategies I'm about to share with you, she noticed improvements in her leg strength and comfort within just a few weeks. 6 months later, she was back to gardening and taking daily walks, something she thought she'd never be able to do again. Understanding the root cause of leg pain and weakness is just the beginning of your journey toward relief and renewed vitality. The real power comes from knowing exactly what steps to take to address these cellular dysfunctions and restore your legs to their former strength and comfort. What I'm about to share with you are evidence-based nutritional strategies that specifically target the underlying mechanisms we discussed, helping to restore proper cellular function and reduce the pain and weakness that has been limiting your daily activities and enjoyment of life. Before we dive deep into these solutions, I want you to think about something for a moment. When was the last time you felt truly confident in your legs? I mean really confident. The kind of confidence that lets you tackle a flight of stairs. Without hesitation, take a spontaneous walk around the block or play with your grandchildren without worrying about pain or fatigue. If it's been a while, I want you to hold on to that memory, because what we're about to discuss can help you reclaim that feeling of strength and stability that you may have thought was lost forever. The first and perhaps most crucial element in restoring proper leg function is ensuring adequate potassium intake. Potassium is absolutely essential for the proper functioning of those sodium-potassium pumps we discussed earlier. When these pumps have sufficient potassium to work with, they can effectively regulate fluid balance and prevent the accumulation of excess fluid that contributes to leg heaviness and discomfort. The challenge is that most adults over 55 are significantly deficient in potassium, often consuming less than half of what their bodies actually need for optimal function. The recommended daily intake of potassium for adults is approximately 3,500 to 4,000 milligrams, which sounds like a lot, and frankly, it is quite substantial. Many people think they can meet this requirement by eating a banana or two each day, but the reality is that a single banana contains only about 400 milligrams of potassium. To put this in perspective, you'd need to consume nearly 10 bananas daily to meet your potassium needs, which would also mean consuming an enormous amount of sugar that could actually worsen the glycation problems we discussed earlier. Instead, focus on incorporating potassium-rich foods that provide additional benefits without excessive sugar content. Avocados are exceptional in this regard, with a single medium avocado providing approximately 1,000 milligrams of potassium, along with healthy monounsaturated fats that support cardiovascular health. For many people over 55 who are dealing with leg pain, adding 1 or 2 avocados to their daily diet can make a noticeable difference in how their legs feel, particularly regarding that heavy, waterlogged sensation that often develops. By evening, leafy green vegetables like spinach, kale, and Swiss chard are also powerhouses when it comes to potassium content. A large serving of cooked spinach can provide over 800 milligrams of potassium, and these vegetables also contain additional minerals and vitamins that support overall circulation and cellular health. The beauty of leafy greens is their versatility. You can add them to soups, blend them into smoothies, or simply sauté them as a side dish. For people who aren't accustomed to eating large quantities of vegetables, starting with smoothies can be an excellent way to increase intake without feeling overwhelmed. Sweet potatoes deserve special mention here because they're not only rich in potassium, providing about 700 milligrams per medium potato, but they also contain complex carbohydrates that provide sustained energy without causing the rapid blood sugar spikes that contribute to glycation. Unlike regular potatoes, sweet potatoes have a lower glycemic index, meaning they're processed more slowly by your body and are less likely to contribute to the sugar-protein binding that damages circulation. The second critical component in addressing leg pain and weakness is ensuring adequate magnesium intake. Magnesium is often called the master mineral because it's involved in over 300 enzymatic reactions in the body, including those that produce cellular energy in the form of ATP. When your cells don't have enough magnesium, they simply can't produce the energy needed to power those crucial sodium-potassium pumps effectively. This creates a vicious cycle where poor pump function leads to fluid retention and discomfort, while magnesium deficiency prevents the pumps from getting the energy they need to function properly. Most adults need between 350 to 420 milligrams of magnesium daily, but studies show that up to 80% of people over 55 are deficient in this crucial mineral. This deficiency often develops gradually over years and can be exacerbated by certain medications commonly prescribed to older adults, including diuretics, proton pump inhibitors, and some blood pressure medications. Pumpkin seeds are one of the most concentrated sources of magnesium available in whole foods, with just a quarter cup providing nearly 200 milligrams of this essential mineral. They're also rich in zinc and healthy fats, making them an excellent snack for people dealing with leg discomfort. Sunflower seeds are another excellent option, providing about 125 milligrams of magnesium per quarter cup, along with vitamin E, which supports circulation and helps protect against oxidative damage. Dark leafy greens once again prove their worth here, as they're excellent sources of magnesium in addition to potassium. A cup of cooked Swiss chard can provide over 150 milligrams of magnesium, making it a true superfood for people dealing with leg pain and weakness. The combination of potassium and magnesium in these vegetables makes them particularly effective for supporting proper cellular function and reducing the symptoms that have been limiting your mobility and comfort. Now, I know we've covered a lot of technical information, and you might be wondering how all of this translates into practical changes you can make starting today. Here's what I want you to do. Think about your current daily routine and identify one meal where you can easily incorporate more of these nutrient-dense foods. Maybe it's adding spinach to your morning eggs, including avocado in your lunch salad, or having a handful of pumpkin seeds as an afternoon snack. The key is to start with small, manageable changes that you can sustain over time, rather than trying to overhaul your entire diet overnight. I'd love to hear from you about your own experiences with leg pain and weakness. Have you noticed certain times of day when your symptoms are worse? Are there activities you've had to give up because of leg discomfort? Drop a comment below and let me know what you're dealing with. Your experience might help someone else who's going through the same struggles. And if you're finding this information helpful and want to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss future videos that can help you reclaim your health and vitality. Your engagement and questions help me create content that truly addresses the concerns and challenges faced by people in our community who are determined to age actively and comfortably. As we continue building your comprehensive approach to eliminating leg pain and weakness, there are 3 additional crucial nutrients that can make the difference between ongoing discomfort and the vibrant, strong legs you deserve to have well into your golden years. These nutrients work synergistically with the potassium and magnesium we've already discussed, creating a powerful foundation for cellular health and optimal leg function that many people over 55 never realize is possible to achieve naturally. The 3rd essential component in your leg health arsenal is vitamin B1, also known as thiamine. This often overlooked vitamin plays an absolutely critical role in how your body processes carbohydrates and maintains healthy nerve function. When you're deficient in vitamin B1, your body struggles to convert the food you eat into usable energy, leading to cellular dysfunction and the accumulation of harmful metabolic byproducts. More importantly, for people dealing with leg pain, B1 deficiency directly contributes to peripheral neuropathy, which manifests as tingling, burning, numbness, and weakness in the legs and feet. Many adults over 55 develop B1 deficiency without realizing it, particularly if they consume processed foods regularly or take certain medications. Diuretics, commonly prescribed for blood pressure management, can deplete B1 levels, as can antacids and some diabetes medications. Additionally, alcohol consumption, even in moderate amounts, can interfere with B1 absorption and utilization. The result is often a gradual onset of leg discomfort that people attribute to aging when it's actually a correctable nutritional deficiency. The connection between B1 deficiency and leg pain becomes even more significant when you consider its role in preventing glycation, the process where sugar molecules bind to proteins in your bloodstream and damage circulation. When you have adequate B1 levels, your body can efficiently process carbohydrates and maintain stable blood sugar levels, reducing the likelihood of this damaging protein-sugar binding that contributes to poor circulation and leg discomfort. Excellent food sources of vitamin B1 include whole grains like brown rice, quinoa, and steel-cut oats. Unlike refined grains, these whole grain options provide sustained energy without causing blood sugar spikes while delivering the B1 your cells need for optimal function. Legumes such as black beans, lentils, and chickpeas are also rich in thiamine and provide additional benefits including fiber, protein, and minerals that support overall leg health. Nuts and seeds, particularly sunflower seeds and pine nuts, offer concentrated sources of B1, along with healthy fats that support nutrient absorption. For people who have been dealing with chronic leg pain and weakness, incorporating these B1-rich foods can lead to noticeable improvements in energy levels and nerve function within just a few weeks. The key is consistency. Your body needs a steady supply of this water-soluble vitamin because it can't be stored in significant amounts. The fourth critical nutrient for optimal leg health is omega-3 fatty acids, specifically the long-chain varieties EPA and DHA that are most effectively obtained from fatty fish. These essential fats are powerful anti-inflammatory compounds that can significantly reduce the chronic inflammation that contributes to leg pain, stiffness, and weakness. Inflammation is often an underlying factor in the leg discomfort experienced by people over 55, even when the primary cause is poor circulation or cellular dysfunction. Chronic low-grade inflammation can damage blood vessels, impair circulation, and contribute to the formation of those advanced glycation end products we discussed earlier. By incorporating adequate omega-3 fatty acids into your diet, you're essentially providing your body with natural anti-inflammatory medicine that works at the cellular level to reduce pain and support healing. Fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, sardines, and anchovies are the most bioavailable sources of EPA and DHA. A 4-ounce serving of wild-caught salmon provides approximately 2,000 milligrams of these crucial omega-3s, which is enough to produce measurable anti-inflammatory effects. For people who don't eat fish regularly, plant-based sources like ground flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts can provide ALA omega-3s, though the conversion to EPA and DHA is limited and less efficient. The anti-inflammatory effects of omega-3s are particularly beneficial for people dealing with leg pain, because inflammation often creates a cycle of discomfort and reduced mobility. When your legs hurt, you naturally move less, which can lead to stiffness and further discomfort. Omega-3s help break this cycle by reducing the underlying inflammation that contributes to pain, allowing you to maintain or regain the mobility that's so important for overall health and quality of life. The fifth and final key nutrient for eliminating leg pain and restoring strength is vitamin C, a powerful antioxidant that plays multiple roles in supporting leg health. Vitamin C is essential for collagen synthesis, which is crucial for maintaining the integrity of blood vessels, tendons, and other connective tissues in your legs. When collagen production is compromised due to vitamin C deficiency, blood vessels can become weak and leaky, contributing to poor circulation and fluid retention that manifests as leg heaviness and discomfort. Additionally, vitamin C supports iron absorption, which is important for oxygen transport to leg muscles and tissues. Many people over 55 have subclinical iron deficiency that contributes to leg weakness and fatigue, and adequate vitamin C intake can help optimize iron utilization even when iron intake is adequate. The antioxidant properties of vitamin C are particularly important for people dealing with glycation-related circulation problems. Vitamin C helps neutralize the free radicals produced when sugar molecules bind to proteins, potentially slowing or reversing some of the damage that contributes to poor leg circulation and discomfort. Excellent sources of vitamin C include red bell peppers, which contain more vitamin C per serving than citrus fruits, providing about 190 milligrams per cup. Broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and cauliflower are also rich in vitamin C while providing additional compounds that support overall health. Berries like strawberries, blueberries, and blackberries offer vitamin C along with anthocyanins and other antioxidants that specifically support circulation and reduce inflammation. Kiwi fruit deserves special mention because it's one of the most concentrated sources of vitamin C available, with a single medium kiwi providing about 93 milligrams of this crucial vitamin. For people who enjoy tropical fruits, papaya and pineapple are also excellent sources that can easily be incorporated into smoothies or eaten fresh as snacks. Now, as we wrap up this comprehensive approach to eliminating leg pain and weakness, I want to emphasize that these nutritional strategies work best when implemented together as part of an overall healthy lifestyle. The synergistic effects of Proper potassium, magnesium, vitamin B1, omega-3 fatty acids, and vitamin C can create dramatic improvements in how your legs feel and function, often within just a few weeks of consistent implementation. I hope this information has given you both hope and practical tools for addressing the leg pain and weakness that may have been limiting your enjoyment of life. Remember, you don't have to accept chronic discomfort as an inevitable part of aging. Your body has remarkable healing capacity when given the right nutritional support, and the strategies we've discussed can help you tap into that healing potential. I'd love to connect with you and hear about your journey toward better leg health. Please take a moment to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. It really helps us reach more people who can benefit from this information, and it ensures you'll be notified when we publish new content about healthy aging and natural pain relief. More importantly, I want to hear your story. Have you been dealing with leg pain or weakness? What strategies have you tried, and what questions do you still have? Share your experiences in the comments below, because your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear to take action toward better health. If this video has been helpful to you, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with friends or family members who might benefit from these insights. Together, we can build a community of people who refuse to let age-related discomfort limit their potential for an active, fulfilling life. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to continuing this journey toward optimal health with you.